going, are there any rich Ballard fans? One more time, are there any rich Ballard fans? Make some noise for Rich Ballard. All right, everyone. Bento, my wife thinks I'm a 7 as well, but on a scale of 30. So. Hey, thanks for everyone coming out tonight. This is great. It's a great experience for everyone. Since we're going to spend 5 minutes together, I'm going to get a little intimate and talk about my upbringing. So I come from very little means, not what you think. And when I was 5 years old, I lived in a single-wide trailer home in Watoma. I know Jim's jealous about that, but Watoma, Wisconsin, and I lived there with my older brother, my mom, and my stepdad. So we were a nuclear family in a trailer home, what you would expect. And in the trailer park, there was gravel roads, trailers discombobulated. They need a planning commission. It was just a mess. And there was a tornado siren on site for the inevitable. You know, the storm's going to happen. So inside the trailer homes, things would happen that you would expect in the trailer park. And I'm going to tell you about one of them. So one day, on a casual Saturday, my mom shot my brother with a starter pistol. So I don't know what the hell we were doing with the starter pistol. It's not like we were running track meets in the park. I don't know. Maybe they give them out when you first become a tenant, you know, so people don't hurt themselves. Know your clientele. But my brother was acting up. My mom took out the gun, and she literally unloaded it on my brother. You know, 6 times. And my brother's rolling around on the floor, yelling, "Ow, ow, ow." My stepdad, in his favorite lawn chair, is laughing. And I'm 5 years old, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what's going on? But then I thought, this is great. I'm an only child and I get my own bedroom. So, needless to say, 3 weeks later, we're moving. And my mom says, yeah, we're going to a bigger place. This is great. You know, I'm jealous of my friends. They have homes that don't have wheels on them. And every time I got off the school bus, I had this anxiety attack. Like my home wasn't going to be there. So we loaded up the U-Haul and we moved to Red Granite, 15 minutes away. And we're going down this gravel driveway, and it all looks familiar. And I'm looking for that mansion at the end of the road, and there it is, a double-wide trailer home. My mom doubled down on that shit. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. We go inside, there's 3 bedrooms, that's great. You know, I get my own bedroom. My mom forgot to tell me that she was gonna have 4 more kids in like 5 months. Just all over the place. So there's 8 of us in this trailer home. And the logistics are pretty severe, especially for dinner time. But my mom, she's resourceful. She found this wooden picnic table. It was red. It was really cool. It had separate benches. She put padding on the benches, nice tablecloth. And it was really nice because as a family, we could sit down and enjoy our tuna helper together. But what really sucked were the flies, the ants, and in winter, it was cold as hell. I'm like, Mom, can we take this shit inside? So I'm a little bit older now. I know you can tell. And so I'm playing pickleball. Yes, Mikey. Pickleball. Where's my pickleball fans? Right. So you guys haven't been late in a year either. So pickleball is a great sport, but it has a very precarious name. It doesn't give it justice. It's known as the sport played by octogenarians that are closer to death than birth. It's also known as a sport that's easier than tennis, but slightly harder than laying on the couch. But I'm here to tell you, they're all wrong. I mean, pickleball has a lot of risk associated with it, and there's a potpourri of injuries that happen. So I want to rebrand it. I want to call it something different, like twisted ankle smash ball, or expedited ACL surgery ball. You have to end it in ball. These are real injuries, by the way. Torn Achilles torture ball. These all happened. And me personally, I've experienced fracture ego ball. So speaking of sports, my wife and I were watching a Packer game. They were playing football. By the way, give it up for my wife, 32 years. So we're watching the Packer game in late October, and Matt LaFleur is getting a lot of screen time. And my wife looks at me and goes, "You know, you should part your hair like Matt LaFleur." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, Matt has a pretty crisp cut." Then I'm like, what she's really saying is, it really sucks you don't look like Matt LaFleur. So I'm going to end 4 years ago. I'll do the math for you. It was 2020. 4 years ago, almost to the day, I did my first stand-up act on this very stage. Thanks. What happened right after that, everybody knows. One of the most tragic events in the world, in the United States as well. And I'm talking about drive-by birthday parties. So now, 4 years later, we're sitting on the precipice of another disaster about to happen. And I'm not talking about the eventual breakup of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Hey, you Swiftie fans, it's going to happen. I'm talking about the presidential election, and I'm not going to get into either side. But a survey came out 3 weeks ago, and it said a majority of the voters think that both Biden and Trump are mentally unfit to hold a second term. So if you just... one of our survey guys. So if you just unpack that, maybe about a third of the people that took that survey are mentally unfit themselves. Right? And then about a third of them probably couldn't tell the difference between a turnip and a potato. And that's a potato with an E at the end. But the reality of it is, it's really sad. I mean, we have 250 million Americans that can vote. Wait, 253 million if you count the illegal immigrants from last year. And we don't have a candidate on either side that a majority of the voters can get behind. And we have 8 more months of this shit to go through. It's like watching an elderly turtle race, and we're the turtle ranchers that are making this happen. So, as we go through these tragic events, I always reflect back, and I'm very fortunate to have family, immediate family, extended family. They're great. They support you when things happen, and but I'm smart about it. So if things go sideways, I went out and got the best damn starter pistol money can buy in case I have to shoot someone. Yes. Thank you very much.
Too often.